Greetings all. It is January 29th, 2023. A cautionary note before I get into this. If you are someone with strong religious or conservative affiliations, you may find some of what I'm saying here to be triggering. Listener discretion is advised. One of the things that has long completely baffled me is why religious organizations have aligned themselves with the likes of Donald Trump. And let's be clear, given that these organizations have millions of followers, this is not a trivial question. If we look at it from a purely objective and rational perspective, in my opinion, it is one of the greatest PR blunders in history. What Trump and those affiliated with him represent is so blatantly hypocritical and diametrically opposed to legitimate spiritual values that it beggars belief. Why these people felt that would benefit them in the long run completely boggles my mind. I get that some people want to own the libs, but that can't account for all of it. It's impossible that all of the thought leaders, strategists, think tanks, and consultants were completely oblivious to the perils inherent in this strategy. They can't be that dumb, in other words. Not all of them, anyway. What is likely to occur is that whole episode of recent history will indelibly and indefinitely completely undermine and tarnish the reputation of all of those religious organizations and everything they were trying to promote or achieve. Now, I'm not saying that spirituality itself, which is something often very different from religion, will suffer. In fact, it may be the opposite. But I can simply not fathom why anybody thought that was a good idea. I understand their specific objectives around abortion and issues like that. Even if I disagree with them, I understand the logic, purely tactically. But I do not understand why they would align themselves so closely to someone with a track record like his, or many of the other people in his circle. You would almost, in fact, have to go out of your way to find a worse candidate to be associated with. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, there's all these reasons. But still, from a bigger perspective, if I was a public relations consultant, I would have said, don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. And for me, that is very obvious. What possessed them to make this fatal own goal or unforced error, so to speak, is inscrutable. Again, I'm looking at it from a very objective and rational perspective. And I understand that religion is not purely rational by definition. Still, as I said, I am quite confident that in the long term, this will lead to a dramatic and irreparable decline in the scope and scale of would-be followers for those organizations. It is one of the most stunning and mystifying aspects of recent history as far as I'm concerned. It is so logically, morally, and ethically indefensible, as well as embarrassing and humiliating, that one of the only plausible explanations is sheer and utter delusion. Like, I fail to see how you could perceive it otherwise. It makes absolutely no sense. If you wanted to deliberately undermine and permanently discredit a movement in some kind of nihilistic Machiavellian way, if you wanted to completely destroy something from the inside, you would do something very similar, intentionally. There's certain things that stick in my head, like, for example, this whole paradigm shift I've been talking a lot about. And when something really sticks in my head for a long time, I know it's something I need to talk about or that is really important. To me, this signals the demise of a significant influence on society, which has existed for centuries. Like, how is it possible that religion will ever recover from this truly epic blunder? It's just unfathomable. Capricorn represents the authorities and authority structures in our world, and specifically the patriarchy. And there's no question that religion has played a very significant role in that regard. I can't help but think about Pluto transiting Capricorn, and that this authority has been seriously undermined, karmically, deliberately, fatally wounded. The whole situation is so blatantly corrupt and hypocritical, and everyone in the world is witnessing this. What do you think? Was it deliberate? For humanity? A purge? Divine intervention? I want to put that out there because I want to be on the record, because again, it's stuck in my head and it won't go away. So that's what I'm doing. My audience here on YouTube is not particularly large, but they are amazing. If you read their comments, you'll see. So if there's anything you can do to help spread the word to like-minded people, it would be greatly appreciated. I put a lot of time and effort into creating this content. Thank you in advance. Take care. Thanks for all your comments, feedback, and support. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.